Let me start the session with a brief introduction about myself. My name is Sowmya Krishnan, and I've secured All India rank 196 this time. 196 this time, and I'm from Trivandrum district in Kerala. I'm a graduate in BSc Botany and Biotechnology. Immediately after graduation, I started preparing for UPSC examination. I've seen many are concerned about my language since I'm from a place where I'm mostly comfortable using English because Hindi, it's a bit difficult for me speaking in Hindi. So please excuse me for that. If I want to clarify anything, I'll clarify it later. So that is all about my introduction. And this was my fifth attempt. During my first three attempts, I haven't qualified the prelims. And this was my fifth attempt. During my fourth attempt, I went onto the interview stage, and here I am. About my UPSC journey. Uh, so I started my UPSC preparation immediately after my graduation, and I've been motivated by multiple facts, of which one was 2018 flood in Kerala. So it was while then that I've seen the civil servants work for the betterment of the people to secure them to a proper place and bring them better services. So this has motivated me into getting into the services, and I started preparing since then. But during my first attempt, I was too much misguided, and also I wasn't having much idea about the preparation. And I gave my first attempt, and the marks were so sad, which I really regret to share with you. And after that, I gave my second attempt. So since my second attempt, I was clearing the first paper of the prelims, which was the first paper, but CSAT papers was something which brought me down during my second and third attempt because I was only scoring around 53 and 48. So after my third attempt, what I did was I thought of giving up my preparation and do something else. But it was during that time I have qualified the scholarship examination of one of the private institutions in Kerala in Trivandrum, and I gave the scholarship examination and topped in that examination. So I had 100% scholarship. So that motivated me to start my preparation, restart the preparation, I would say. And I joined a class which is a basic mathematics tuition for CSAT preparation, and I qualified during my fourth attempt in the prelims and mains also, and I went on to the interview stage. So this time, on fourth attempt, it was interview which have brought me down. So again, after fourth attempt, I thought of giving up, but it was again my parents who have motivated me to continue, and it is the fifth attempt which I qualified three stages. And my preparation was basically online, which means at my home only. That's in Kerala. I haven't came to Delhi for my preparation, all in my house itself. But only after my fourth attempt, I started to attend the offline test and all, which is one of the mistakes which I kept making by restricting myself inside a shell which was more comfortable for me. So I break all these shell during my fifth attempt in order to have much more socializing around me. Then I took the UPSC because, as I've said, I want to serve the people. I know that there are many privileges available about this examination, but what attracted me most to this examination is how it helps in serving the people, reaching out to the people. So that is how I thought of taking up the service as one of my priorities. So I have taken a lot of mistakes, of which the first one was that I have taken the test series during my first attempt, prelims test series, but I haven't taken the test so seriously that what I did was I take a question in the test series and would try to answer that question. And then if it goes wrong, immediately I check the answer key, which means I never gave a full stretched test series so like that. But during my second attempt, I started making another one, which was the CSAT paper being ignored. Even though CSAT paper seems to be much more easier for us, But that 80 question within the 2 hours is very difficult. I've already dropped the max subject after my 10th standard, so I have a long way to remember all those things. So that's why I went to tuition classes. So ignoring CSAT is one of the mistakes which I made, and also running behind too much materials, too much coaching institutes is also something which I made during the first as a first attempt. What the mistakes which I made, that is, I completely depended on the coaching institution, but I thought, after which I understood that it is not the coaching institution, but what we have to do. There are a lot of things that we have to do. And about the coaching also, initially I joined an institution, but after that I started preparing all by myself. And I prepared all the notes all by myself. I prepared all those things which value additions, and also picked up the materials online which is available free of course, everything like that. But during my fourth attempt, I've got into an institution. It was, as I said, 100% scholarship. So once I got into that institution, I took a lot of tests free of cost, and also mentorship was also available free of cost. So I made its best use, so that I qualified prelims, means, and went on to interview during the fourth attempt, and same was repeated during the fifth attempt. So that is what I would say about the coaching which I've done. And this was in the fifth attempt that my results were almost, it was on March my interview, and the results came on April. So I wasn't expecting much to get into the service, but I prayed to get into any service as possible. So this time, once I got to know about the results, I was really excited, pretty much not believing in what it is there. Actually, I thought it was an AI generated file, but later realized that it is the true results. And 196 rank is like, most probably I'll be getting into IPS or IRS. So it is not, the service allocation is yet to come. And there are lots of people who have helped me into this examination, helped me throughout the examination, some of which are like my mentors, and also my parents who were there with me throughout. So there are many people who have helped me stay motivated in this examination. Now about my sources and the book list which I followed for prelims, means, and interview, is that one of the most important source I would say is NCRTs. So what I did for during the initial stages of my preparation, I read the entire NCRTs from 6 to 12 in order to understand, or to just immediate shift from botany, biotechnology, my background, to UPSC syllabus. It was very difficult. So NCRTs paved a path for me to get used to what are the things that UPSC is demanding, what are the things I have to study. So NCRT was the first step towards that. And I read the NCRTs completely, but I wasn't able to complete that because it was too much. But what I did was, once I read the NCRTs, I found that some of the NCRTs can be picked up and it can be used for the rest of the preparation. So I selectively picked up certain NCRTs and used it. Second is the basic textbooks, which everyone follows, is something which I followed. But what I did was, I tried to minimize my book list. Even though there are magazines available in the market, there are multiple coaching materials available in the market, I've selectively gone behind this book list and was restricting my book list so that I can revise it multiple times whenever possible. So in the home, doing all these things is a little bit hectic because no one is guiding you around. But what I did was, I follow the topper's talk. So I follow the topper's talk, like Anukumari ma'am's talks, and also Vaishali Singh's IAS, her talks. And I try to understand what have to be studied, which all texts have to be followed. So I uh, I tried to prepare a book list of my own, and then I followed that. So in NCRTs for polity, I followed India After Independence and Indian Constitution at Work, along with Lakshmi Kant, which is for the polity. For economics, I used Ramesh Singh for the basic, some selected reading, some basic contents, for which I used Ramesh Singh textbook, and budget and economic surveys, which what I used. Then also I used for geography the four NCRTs which everyone recommends. Along with that, GC Leong's last few chapters on world climates, in order to understand, because there are questions being asked on that for both prelims and mains. So I selectively prepare notes on that. Then for history, For ancient medieval, since its cost benefit ratio is very low, I limited ancient medieval to just Tamil Nadu NCERT, which have both ancient medieval compiled. And for art and culture, I use Nitin Singhania, again selective reading and preparation of not on my own, not completely following that textbook because it is big textbook, and for art and culture, spending so much time is also not worth it. Then introduction to Indian fine arts, then modern history spectrum is what I followed. Then for society, for governance, for world history, all these topics I refer to Vision IAS material, which is already freely available in the once you Google in freeupscmaterials.com, there is a site which have all the textbooks free of the PDFs is available free of cost. So I refer to that. Then for environment, Shankar IAS textbook. Like this, I have referred these much textbooks. I don't know if I've left something or not. So these are the things which I referred, and also syllabus is very important. So in syllabus, there are many topics provided, very specific topics provided. Just look for each of the topics and prepare notes on your own. So this is what I did. I took each and every topics from the syllabus and prepared notes on my own. I googled it to know if there is any material specifically on this topic. If there was, I will download it and prepare a short notes from this. So this is what I book list which I followed. Along with these, I also use newspaper for daily reading and value addition, and also I used some of the compilations, current affairs compilation, especially of Insight IAS compilation, because they presents the topics in such a manner that how you have to write the answers in mains. So this was what I followed. I think it's clear for you. Then most of them will ask a question like prelims and mains. They have to do the preparation have to be done together or not. So I would suggest to prepare it all together. So during I have prepared a timetable for myself in such a way that from June to next June is the time schedule. Now it is reduced to May to May. So during the first month, I dedicated myself for NCRTs. Next, I have broken the months in order to allot to each of the books which I have picked up for each subject. Along with that, I'll also prepare the notes for the mains also. The syllabus is taken, each topics is picked up, like society, distribution of resources, comparison of the countries, ethics, all these things. I picks up the topics, prepares notes, and also studies that, so that before February last week, I'll try to complete the entire mains preparation. I'm so sorry. I'm not that much versed in Hindi. I don't want it to mess up this language. So please do cooperate with me. Then about prelims and mains, coming back to that. So till the February first week, I'll be completing whatever that is in the main. And from the last February last week onwards, I'll start preparing for the prelims. So that is how I prepared. So the mains and prelims all go together till the February first week. So that even though I get selected for the prelims, I will have very limited time to prepare for the mains also. So my optional was Malayalam literature. So Malayalam literature also, I completed the notes, everything to be studied before the prelims, so that immediately after prelims, I'll start answer writing. Nothing else to study or add the points, but to start answer writing. This is what I focused on too. And there is one more important thing is this PYQs, previous year question papers. So many will be asking like previous year question paper analysis, is it important if they would ask for any repeated topics or repeated themes? I will say that yes, in prelims, once you analyze the PYQs, you will get to know that some of the themes will be repeated. Like for examples, about the lakes, the questions will be repeated. Some protected areas, national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, the questions will be repeated. Likewise, the questions from polity, some of the questions from polities will be repeated. So all these things to identify the themes for prelims, you should refer to the previous year question paper. So I started from 2013 paper onwards because I started preparing for the examination since 2019. So I started from 2013 onwards because that was a time when the paper had a drastic change. So from 2013 onwards, I started reading the PYQs. And in case of mains also, especially in paper one, there are repeated questions. Once you analyze, you'll get to know that there are repeated questions which will be asked. So I'm understanding those repeated questions. I prepare the notes so that I can just go through it. So if the question is repeated, I can answer it also. So it's much more comfortable and easy for me. So that is how you have to use the PYQs, and make sure PYQs is an important part of your preparation. Now, the optional subject. So, my graduation subject was botany. So, botany is one of the optional subjects in UPSC preparation. But I had two subjects, which is botany as well as Malayalam to choose. So, during that time, what I thought was that my options should be simple and less time consuming. This is what I looked forward for. And botany, for me, it is a bit hectic because there is a lot of names that should be memorized and lot of efforts have to be put into, even though it's my graduation subject. So I am much more interested in Malayalam. So all these facts, along with the learning ecosystem available here. In Kerala, mostly the Malayalam literature have a better ecosystems to study. So better mentor availability, better book availability. So I thought Malayalam is a better option to take. So you can also choose the option in such a way that if the mentorship is available or the better ecosystem in terms of book availability, mentorship availability is there or not. Most importantly, your interest. If you're interested in that optional subject and you're comfortable, you should go for that. And also the scoring trends also matters. For me, this year my Malayalam optional marks have gone down. It was only 237 compared to my previous year where I didn't qualify. I had scored 259. But still, it's a scoring subject because many are scoring 275 to 80 somehow. So that is how you have to prepare for the option. And I'm not sure if I'm sharing the Malayalam literature option, it is worth it for you. Anyways, Malayalam optional or whatever optional, you should go through the syllabus. If the syllabus, complete syllabus is not available in the PDF of UPSC, you can go on online and check it. So many institutions are splitting the entire syllabus, and each word by word PDFs are available. Just download it and make sure that you have the notes of each and every topics, and it should be also in such a way that you can revise it whenever required. That is how I prepared for it. And also answer writing. These are the things which I did for my optional. Then for mains, this is something which I think I'm worth sharing because for my GS papers, I've scored 438 marks this year. And for essay, I had 115 marks. So for essay, what I did was I wrote essays as much as possible. So I will take the previous year question papers, picks up certain philosophical essays because I'm comfortable answering the static questions which is asked. But about the philosophical essays, it's very difficult for me to understand the meaning and also breaking down it into the such a form that I can write it. So I took philosophical topics, and then I write the essay and will send to my mentor. I actually got a mentor, so I'll send it to her. So she will analyze and also gives me a mark. So that is what I did for essay. That is repeated writing of essays, and also whatever examples which I get from the GS papers and ethics, I will add to that essays. So I think essays is something which we have to focus more on. Writing presentation part also is very important in case of essays. uh, I will answer all your questions after the session is completed. So I'll give you opportunity for the comment sessions to be, you can comment with whatever questions you wanted to. So once I complete it, I'll allot a time for that also. Then coming back to what I was saying, GS paper 1, 2, 3. For these three GS papers, what I did was following the current affairs compilations so that I could pick up some of the hot topics, especially the topics which I focused on to more was the main current affairs which happened in between the prelims result date till the mains starting date. So that 3 months period, no, whatever current affairs comes during that period, I'll look forward to it, and looks for the important topics, hot topics, and will write a note on it and will revise it also, along with that value addition from the newspaper. So in between these 3 months, I'll read newspaper religiously. in such a way that I'll get important quotations or any important technologies or something which is often the current affairs compilations ignore. All these facts I'll try to impart it into my word notes, MS word notes. So this word notes, so that I can add to it whenever I wanted to, and also delete to it whenever I wanted to. So it was much more easier to handle and revise. So this is something which I added to GS papers. Along with that, I did daily answer writing. So once the prelims result came, and I qualified for the mains examination, since then I started preparing the value addition notes in MS Word and also started writing daily, 5 questions daily on a daily basis. So my timetable was in such a manner that morning 9 to 12 I'll be studying, and also 2 to 5 evening I'll be studying. After that, 6 to 8 or 9 I'll be writing the answers and will be sending to my mentor. So this is what I did for GS paper 1 to 3, and for 4 also ethics. Most important thing is time management in case of ethics. So you might answer the questions easily with all those examples, even live are on examples we can impart to it, but reading the questions and answering it within that given time is a challenge. So the time management is very important. So daily answer writing for ethics, and also understanding to present it in a better smart charts. So I used tables whenever and wherever required, so that I can minimize the time used for descriptions. So that is for JGS4. And for optional subject, what I did was daily answer writing and all. So this is how I prepared for the mains. And most important and effective one was the daily mains answer writing, and also the value addition from the newspapers, which I focused on to. Then PYQ questions, from which I understood some of the common themes and prepared the notes. So these are the things which I used. And mains test series. I've joined the mains test series, so that each week I'll be going offline and writing the answers with that pressure. So also the brainstorming comes up much more easier during that time. About mains answer, how to frame. So mains answer, basically I focused on to two things, which is first is a structure, structuring the answer and the presentation part, which I focused. And second one is the content part, which I focused on to. For the presentation part, I referred to toppers copies and understood how they have split that entire question into headings and subheadings. So this is how I get to know that what to address and what to address not. So I focused on the presentation with, I reduced the strikes. So I used to strike down a lot. So this is what I did during the fourth attempt. But this time I reduced the strike. I made sure that my paper is neat and tidy. So I think that also would have added extra marks. About the content part, the same thing which I said, the basic textbooks, the value addition, all these things have to be done. For the structuring part, I would suggest you to go for the toppers copies to understand how they structure the answers, and you also have to formulate on your own once after seeing that. And one more thing is that don't be too much conscious about the content part, because we cannot answer the entire mains answer. We cannot answer 1 to 20. We don't know the 1 to 20 questions. Some of the questions which we don't know also. So you should study to address such kind of questions also. And that is only possible through daily mains answer writing. And my answer writing was that I never used A4 sheets or so. We have in Kerala here, we have recycled paper. I don't know if it is available there also. Recycled papers will be available, which will be more than 100 around with 30 rupees just. So I just drew the borders. It is mostly like an A4 sheet size. So draw the borders and then write the answers in it and send to the mentor. So I understood that for each question, each of the subjects, there is certain requirements. Like if it's society, mostly I follow the PESEL strategy, which is political, economic, social, technical, legal, and environmental strategy. But certain questions for society and all, there is requirement to present certain things like globalization, urbanization, the social media. All these facts should also be included into. So I refer to toppers copy to understand what are the things that should be added and not. So thereby creating a framework on my own also. And in IR also, the PESEL strategy was again broken down into multiple things like defense have to be included, diaspora have to be included, and also the various other diplomatic things have to be included. So all these things which I formulated on my own through repeated daily answer writing practice, and also the answer keys available. So these answer keys, which is available through some of the free online sources like freeupscmaterials.com. There, many institutes, PTS, MTS will be available free of course alongside its answer keys. So that was something which I used at its maximum. Then we can present the question in any way possible. So I used headings, subheadings, then point wise, 1, 2, 3 points, so that not just bullet points or arrow, but 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, so that they will get to know that these much points is something she've written. So point wise, along with that, wherever possible, I'll use flowcharts and diagrams. For geography, I made sure that I'm drawing diagrams whenever possible. So last year we had a question on twisters, why it is common in Gulf of Mexico, something like that, I believe so. So I drew a twister. I don't know what a twister is, but I watched the movie Twister, so I thought it might be about tornado. So I drew a picture of Twister on my own, and also drew the Gulf of Mexico, something which is not that much required. But in geography, if you draw a figure, it is really attractive. And in case of any other environment also, if possible, a diagram can be drawn, a flowchart can be used. And mostly to address the statements, I use flowcharts, because statement is not some, if there is a statement and the main question, sub question is asked, the focus should be on the main question. The statement is just to throw the light on main question. So addressing this the statement provided, I use flowchart and diagrams. And sometimes the issues or the step way forward will not be asked, but I'll use sun diagram to show that way forward also. So like that, flowcharts and diagrams can minimize the space, can present the content with minimum space available. And in case of prelims, mains, and interview, there are situations where as I said, there are situations where you cannot answer the question properly. So you should get used to such kind of questions through daily answer writing. So daily answer writing, that is possible. That will help you to address the questions, which even if you don't know, you can address that. Now, coming to my interview preparation, my interview. So it was during my fourth attempt that I've attended the interviews. Like everyone's dream to be in the Dolpur house to attend the panel. It's mostly like job half done. But my fourth attempt and fifth attempt interview was a bit different, because fourth attempt my interview was really horrible. It ended up I got a mark of 155, and it was way behind the cutoff. So during that time, my panel was Raj Shukla sir. So I was fifth to go. So what happened was that they were already stressed because it was past noon, and I was also too much nervous because whatever I was doing was online. So immediately I was exposed to a crowd. So I was nervous. So in that situation, I wasn't able to properly answer the question up to mark. But this time, my panel was Dinesh Dasa sir, and I have improved a lot because during after my mains result came in, I shifted to a hostel, and I started to talk with as much people as possible. Um, so to socialize and also be cool whenever we are seeing a different people. So that helped me a lot in that case, and also a lot of one-on-ones, peer mocks. I have talked with my friends a lot, discussed a lot of topics, current affairs, some of the interview transcripts that was already available. So likewise, I tried to speak as much as possible. Every day I spoke with one person or other. So that is how I went with my fifth attempt, and I went straight. It was again fifth time. I was the fifth to go. It was Dinesh Dasa board. So I went in. So most of the questions were on Kerala, except for a few questions on international relations. So international relation, basically during that time, Maldives issue, diplomacy related aspects, all these were asked. So I answered that well. And about the dress code. So that time I'm already there are certain suggestions like you should wear this and that. So what I used was a cotton sari. I used a cotton sari and went in. So you're not supposed to wear any kind of ornaments which is metallic, except for the pins, that safety pins that you use for to adjust your sari. Not to use nose pin, ear, the things and bangle, etc. Even wristwatch is not allowed. So all it is allowed is yourself, your documents, and all. And bag will be deposited there. Then that's it. That's how you go for the interview. Then in interview, one thing which you have to focus, something which you have to focus more is two things. One is the DAF, which is the detailed application form that you would fill much before your interview. So it is more like a bio data or a horoscope of yourself. So you should prepare it well. It will include some of the extra things like hobbies, some of the sports activities that you have done, some of the achievements of yours. So these questions, these are something which will be asked during that time. During my fourth attempt interview, they asked me about my hobby. My hobby was cooking, so they asked me about cooking. That is how to prepare Kerala stew. That is what they asked, because in North, whenever they are preparing the stew, it is not as like the South Indian stew. So what is it different from the southern part in case of stew? So I answered that question, but this time I didn't get any questions from my hobbies. So anything except for Kerala, some of the questions from Kerala. So for preparation of your interview, DAF should be a focus. That is to know much about yourself, about your things, what you are comfortable with and not. So I had two notes. One is specifically for DAF to prepare the details, the things that is already in my DAF, each of the keywords, my name, meaning of my name, and my place, Trivandrum. I'm from Workala. So about Workala, about Trivandrum, about Kerala. So each word is very important. So I prepared a note for DAF separately, and one note is for the newspaper. If you're reading the newspaper during the prelims, I passively read the newspaper during the prelims. For mains, I focused on the value addition. But during the interview, I read newspaper religiously. About 5 hours around I spent for newspapers, and I read two newspaper, which is the Hindu and also the Indian Express, because I'm not sure what the panel members are reading, which newspaper they're reading. So uh, towards the interview time, I started reading Times of India also, because someone said that they will read Times of India also. So I started reading that also. So this is how I prepared for my interview. And personality development. See, we all have a better personality. Only thing is that it requires some more nurturing, and it should be presented in such a way that the panel desires for. So that can be improved through mock interviews and one-on-ones and peer mocks also. So our personality will improve, our presentation will improve, a lot things will improve within that span of time. And about the sources book list, I've already shared with you. See, my background is botany and biotechnology, so I didn't focus much on science and technology because I'm comfortable with that. I didn't do something different from what the others are doing, except that I reduced my book list, limited book list, which I kept for. Even for ancient medieval, I used only Tamil Nadu NCERT. That's it. No other textbooks, nothing was used. And also for prelims test series, I did around 5 test series or around that. Then for mains test series, I did only one. For interview, I did multiple mocks and peer mocks. I don't know if others would do the same thing also. So these are the things which I did, and I'm also planning to give one more attempt to improve my score, because this time my mains optional marks brought me down. So I thought I would give one more attempt this time. Next time, that is 2026. I'm planning for that. So about the government websites that is useful for UPSC, I refer to Ministry of External Affairs site, which is very useful during the preparation, and PIB is very important in case of interview preparation. Other websites I didn't refer to during the preparation because there is too much resources. I never went for too much resources. Even magazines, I haven't referred to a single magazine. Even Kurukshetra, and one more thing is there, no, I haven't referred at all. So I never done that. Then about the syllabus part. So as I said, syllabus is very important. So I even brought my syllabus here just to show you. So you have to take a PDF of your syllabus like this, so that it should be kept in your table, and you have to go through the syllabus once or twice religiously. After which you just go for that, go just skim through it, and each and every topic of your syllabus is important, and you should analyze and also prepare notes on that. And this is how you prepare your syllabus. Not everything in the sun will be asked, only that is mentioned in the syllabus will be asked. And also repeated PYQs, you should go for that and identify some repeated themes also. So that is how I did for it. So about my schedule, how I planned for it. So I had two kinds of schedule. One is a macro plans and micro plans, like everyone used to say. So my preparation was in such a manner that from May to May, next to May, I prepared for PCM, which is prelims come mains. I'll be preparing, and from February and May, I'll be preparing for prelims, focused only on prelims. And my time schedule is in for such a way that 8 hours daily I used to give, and in between I'll be giving breaks because I can't give too much time. It's not like monotonous preparation. We should also enjoy something, otherwise we feel really demotivated, stressed. In my case, I spent 5 years preparing, so it is very monotonous, very depressing. So I took breaks in between. During this time, as I developed hobbies also. So I was a person who never watched too much of TV, but during childhood I watched too much of TV. But then after that I stopped watching TV. But during this time I started watching TVs in between, and I started watching Malayalam movies. It is one of the hobbies which I put for the DAF. And also I started developing interest on cooking, gardening. So these hobbies help me break my monotony. So this is something which I do during the breaks, and I made my schedules more flexible also in such a way that if I skip one day schedule, I can make it up on the next day. So it was prepared in such a way, and every weekends and Sundays were focused on to revision and current affairs. These are the things. So if I study a textbook this morning, then evening after 5, which is 6 to 8, I'll be using it for revision, only for revision of the topics what I've studied the morning. Next year also I'll be revising. Likewise, I'll revise it multiple times. So on the weekend, I can revise the entire text within 2 hours. So I'm revising such a way. And also about the CSAT, which I focused a lot. I also did CSAT questions, not just the previous year question papers, but once you search in Google, you will get multiple questions. So you can practice that also. So I did a practice of that for half an hour daily, so that I increased my speed for CSAT. This is how you something you have to do for CSAT, because CSAT that 80 questions within 2 hours, you need to speed up your answering also. About the NCRTs, as I've said, I haven't read the entire NCRTs. I tried, but I wasn't able to, even though I had 5 years of preparation, because I selectively read some of the NCRTs and kept it later, like India After Independence, Indian Constitution at Work, 11th Standard Economic Textbook, four NCRTs for geography. Likewise, I restricted my NCRT to these and referred it multiple times. So I haven't looked for new or old NCRT, simply NCRTs, that's it. Then, if you're planning to start your preparation, you should start with NCRTs. That is a better way to start your preparation. Once you start with NCRTs, you should slowly start to read the newspaper and also PYQs. Previous year question papers will give you a better idea about how the questions are asked and what UPSC actually demands. So after that, if you join the coaching, okay, fine. If you're not joining, also you can start the basic textbooks. Now everything is available on fingertips. You can make use of the YouTube channels, which explains each and every chapters of every basic textbook. So you can refer to that also. That is how you have to start preparing for your examination. And syllabus is a very important guide for you, to guide you throughout the preparation. Then about the current affairs part, very important to understand that for me, I religiously read the current affairs compilation along with the newspaper reading. The current affairs compilation which I refer to is Inside IAS Current Affairs compilations. So Inside IAS Current Affairs compilations provide me a better idea about what to study not, and it have already given the things. It had case studies and also success stories, which is a value addition for your main sacks also. And now they have started to format the entire structure, try to add something which UPSC always asks about. So it is much more focused on preparing for UPSC examination. So I thought of it very comfortable. So normally it's 1 year current affairs that you should refer to, and towards the prelims there will be PTS. I'm sorry, the prelims 360 or something like that will be available. That is 1 year compilations will be available. You can refer to that also. I read that. And mains 365 during the mains preparation also, that also helps a lot. Then yeah, newspaper is very important. As I've said, it is very important for each stage. UPSC is very newspaper is very important in such a way that for prelims mains interview you should focus on newspaper in such a manner that in prelims what I did was I used the newspaper to understand like what is happening around me, what are the things that is currently of focus, because some of the questions even asked from the newspapers. Now this 2025 prelims, you have seen that president governor questions are asked. In fact, just 1 month before that there were news on governor and president. So that is why I was expecting this part also. So if I am writing the 2025 prelims, I am not written that 2025 prelims. If I was about to do that, if I was about to do that, then I would have referred to elections as well as about the president as well as governor. So that is an expected question. So how come the expected questions comes is through newspaper reading? So that is how I use the newspaper for the prelims. For the mains, I used it for value addition. So I spent around 2 hours for newspaper. And interview, newspaper is very, very important. As I've said, I spent many hours reading newspaper. It's something like shouldn't be missed out. Then I haven't referred to magazines. To be frank, I haven't referred a single magazine till date. Even before the preparation, also I haven't referred to any magazines. And about the coaching, see, my preparation was mostly like a mix of both self preparation and coaching. I haven't attended any coaching classes. Initially, I joined an institution, but I haven't attended too much of the classes. So most of the preparation for subjects was by my own. I prepared the notes all by myself, referred to YouTube videos. So it was more of a time-consuming thing. So my preparation took me 5 years because it was self-preparation and also coaching institutions only for test and mentorship. So it is a time consuming process. So if you're joining a coaching institution, it will reduce your time and also it will be more of a focused preparation. You don't have to spend too much time preparing for the examination. That is a advantage I think the coaching institutions offers. So that is something I want to tell about the coaching institutions. And about the test series, test series is very important because test series will give you a practice and also it helps you understand uh, how the actual questions, actual examination will come up. Let me talk about the test series much more in detail. But the prelims, I used two test series, Vision IAS test series, for Fortune IAS test series. First of all, it's one of the institute in Trivandrum. I used that. Later, I also referred to GS Core Forum IAS and also Insight IAS. So Insight IAS is one of the test series which I have referred to. So Inside IAS will give you a step up series, which is with 10 rupees or something like that. So I joined that also. So altogether, I attended 5 test series for the prelims. For the mains, I used Fortune IAS test series and also again Insight IAS main step up series. It is again of 10 rupees of free of cost. I refer to that. Then I use the test series of Vision IAS, Forum IAS in order to know the answer key. I haven't wrote the answers to it, but just refer their answer keys to get a value addition from that. So that much important is test series to give you better answer writing, and also it helps you focus on the topics that UPSC expect, or something which they expect the UPSC will ask, and it also helps a better revision for you, and to bridge the gaps that you have, because you will be referring a very limited textbooks. I refer to very little amount of textbooks, so I had a lot of gaps in between the subjects, clarity of the topic. So this is something which I rectified using these test series. So that is one thing which the test series helps you to. And about the mains test series, I use the Fortune IAS test series, but there are certain extra things which I had to focus on to, which I focused through the Insight test series. So about the strikes which I've mentioned, that is, I strike a lot, I make a lot of corrections, so that reduced the beauty of my paper. So it was Insight Step Up series which have sent me. They have asked me to reduce that, so I reduced that, and really it reflected into my marks also. So test series is very important. If taking multiple test series will help you a lot in case of prelims, but in mains I won't suggest you to take multiple test series, because you can't focus on a single test series that provides a syllabus to follow. Then about my motivation. So it was 5 year preparation. It is really depressing, as I've said. A lot of negatives, a lot of failure, which I have to see. 4 failures consecutively I have to face. So during that time, many times I thought about giving up. But whenever I think about my aim and also the years I've spent for my preparation, I don't wanted to waste the things which I've studied. I don't want to feel like I wasted a lot of money buying the materials and all. So this kept me motivated. One thing, the guilt which I had, that is a one thing. Second is the people around you. For me, the parents were there. They were having no much idea about what this examination is all about, but still, they were having a lot of queries and all. But still, I could talk to them whenever I wanted to. Then I took breaks a lot. Most importantly, I pray daily. On a daily basis, I pray, so that also helped me concentrate on everything. And also, this is one of the way by which I tried to console myself throughout the preparation. Then I never was distracted, because I have no Facebook account or any other accounts, just WhatsApp and Telegram. And currently, I've started just after results. I started an Instagram account. Otherwise, I never used them. For WhatsApp and Telegram, I just use it for the materials and also to contact with my teachers. Otherwise, I haven't used any social media, or I haven't got any distractions. So distractions, once whenever you have the distraction, you should only think about the aim. What is the purpose of this much studies, this much time you are spending, these much things that you're focusing on to? So that will put you in a better position to study only, rather than be distracted. About timetable preparation. So my timetable was prepared in such a way that it is convenient for me. Anyways, I prepared a timetable, very flexible timetable, without much stress on too much on something. But it was allotting much time for relaxation, and also whenever I have some problems, I can shift everything next day. So that is how you have to create the timetable according to your convenience. If you're too much confused about what to do, what to not do, you can refer to 2 3 toppers talks and get an idea about how to prepare. So once you listen to some of the toppers talk, you will understand which is the convenient form you wanted to adopt. So as I've said, I refer to Anukumari ma'am's toppers talk, which I found very focused she was. And also Vaishali Singh ma'am's, her toppers talk also very helpful for me. Then about UPSC preparation, you can either use online or offline preparation, but I would personally suggest offline preparation, because it gives you a proper ecosystem to understand the competition, and also it helps you to be more socialized, and to increase the width of your knowledge rather than depth. Reading multiple textbooks and having multiple peer groups, among these two, I think multiple peer groups is something which helps you a lot to bridge your gap. So I would prefer for offline preparation. Many are asking like, do we need to go to Delhi to for preparation? Since I've done my preparation at my home and especially in Trivandrum where I reside, I think no, because many are clearing the examination at their home itself. Very good example is Anugumari ma'am. She prepared the home. Her preparation was mostly at her home. So many are preparing and clearing the examination in that way. So it is not basically necessary to go to Delhi for preparation, I would say. Then about the maths, how to remember maths. So maths, you have to study Indian map and world map. The UPSC is not expecting you to draw the map like already available in the atlas. So you have to prepare a map in a very convenient way possible. What I did was I just drew it somehow. Just they have to understand this is India, this is the world. That is how you have to prepare the map, and that it is not necessary that you have to remember everything in the map. I would suggest one thing, which is Sudarshan Gurjar sir's. His YouTube channel, his map sessions are really grateful. That is something which I referred to, and it helped me to memorize each and every places in the atlas. It is really helpful. I think that is one way to remember the maps. About Plan B, I haven't thought about Plan B because this was my main. This was my ambition. I wanted to be that whenever I was thinking about giving up and thinking about plan B, one thing or other thing will stop me thinking about that and will bring me back to the UPSC preparation. So I never got the time to think about plan B. But I think plan B gives you a better security. At the same time, it will also gives you a bit of laziness, like what I'm not clearing the UPSC examination after I'm having a plan B. Such a kind of thing will also come. So you can have the plan B as as to bring a security to your preparation to reduce your mental stress. And about the revision part, I've done daily revisions and also weekly revisions, monthly revisions, everything I did. So revision is very important to especially certain things like art and culture, geography, the places as like the maths, and for some of the very factual things, it's very difficult to memorize. Such cases, I revise it too much. Like daily revisions and weekly revisions, I'll revise multiple times, 100 times or around. I will revise. It's not exaggeration. That's a truth because daily basis I revise it. Weekly also I revise whatever I've done on a daily basis, and also a particular month I'll be allotting for revision. So I've done revision multiple times, and also it's 5 year preparation. So 100 is not a small number for me. Means big number for me. Then that is the one thing to help you remember things. But most important is that whatever you remember, whatever you study, it is very important to practice them also. So I kept on practicing them in paper, like answer writing. In case of prelims, I done multiple test series. For interview, I did multiple mocks. So practicing is also very important. So along with the revision part. So, some of the tips which I would like to share is that don't be too much stressed about the preparation. It's not that much a big thing. Like there is a former chief secretary of Kerala. She said to me that this is not the end of it. It's just a beginning. There are many things that one person can do. So always be like that. Be positive. Always see positive side to everything. If it is a failure, also see a positive side to it. If you are not clearing the examination, it is only because there is certain negative fact from that, negative thing from that. So you should rectify that. So during my first attempt, second and third attempt, the main thing which I was not able to clear is the CSAT paper. So I understood that I have a long way to go because my CSAT paper is undone. So I focused on to that. So I cleared the prelims examination. Once it comes to interview part, I again not clear the fourth attempt. It is because my interview was preparation was not up to the mark. So I focused on to that. So every time there is something or other that leads you to failure. So always understand that. And again, don't go after too much topper stuff. Anyway, 6 people are seeing this. I won't say you to shut this down and go. Listen to this. You can see multiple topper stuff, but it should be limited only to 1 week time. Not go for too much topper stock. Never change strategies too often. Just fix the strategy for you, and you shouldn't change from that. Never refer to too much textbooks. There are a lot of textbooks available in the market. Don't go behind them too much. You should restrict yourself to a very few textbooks, because you have to refer to a lot of things. So, and also about plan B, you can either choose plan B or not, depending on you. But I think plan B will help you to keep up a better mental health. I never had a plan B, so I was too much stressed at times. But plan B will help you keep up a better mental health also. But never be too much lazy once it comes to plan B. Yeah, I'm having a plan B. What the UPSC preparation is, that's it. Never think like that. Just keep the plan B, just to be secure. Now I think that's it. Let's wrap up the session. Let me go for the comments. Uh, my preparation was all a mix, like a coaching and also self preparation. I never attended coaching classes. I've attended the coaching centers. I depended on them only for test, as well as only for mentorship. Otherwise, preparation was all by myself, referring the topper's talk and taking the textbooks, picking up those which is comfortable for me, and preparing a notes on my own. And I don't know how the 2026 prelims papers will be. Uh, According to my own analysis, it's my personal opinion, okay, that ODR papers are tend to be much more difficult. For me, 2017, 2019, 21, and 23 papers and 25 papers was also very difficult for me. So I think for even year for me, it was easier. So I'm not sure how the 2026 papers are going to be. We can expect for the best from the preparation. But after all, I would say you have to prepare the current affairs well, basic textbooks well, content clarity, attending PTS. All these things religiously will bring you into better will give you mental alertness to face whatever uncertainties that is going to come up. And CSAT paper is also one thing which you shouldn't ignore. Practice as much CSAT, as much max questions, comprehensions as possible. Now everything is available online. Just go and search, and after typing each and everything that you're searching for, at the end just type UPSC, so that you will get something which UPSC always demands. Do that. Then the coaching which I took was from Fortune IAS Academy, that's in Trivandrum, a private institution. Uh, then the mentorship program was also from Fortune IAS Academy. Uh, about UPSC, I've already said, I think, why I chose UPSC examination. It was inspired from the many activities of the civil servants. My graduation background was I was BSc Botany and Biotechnology student, and immediately after graduation, I started preparing for UPSC examination. Um, Daily schedules have to be planned in such a way that it is comfortable for you. That is, many have a job, many have some of other personal issues. So all these should be kept in mind by preparing the timetable. So I prepare the timetable in such a way that it is aligned to the UPSC exam time, that is 9 to 12, 2 to 5, 6 to 8. This was what the time schedule which I fixed for myself. So that is uh, how I planned for a week. And on a daily schedule, the previous night itself, I'll analyze my progress in choose the subject which I'm currently studying. Based on that, I'll plan for the next day. Whether I have to study the same thing or whether I have to go for the PYQ. So I'll be preparing that in a small paper or a notebook or whatever, small notepad. Then I'll be doing that on a day, on that day. Once I complete the task on the night, I'll be analyzing whatever I have done, and I'll strike that down like everyone do. That's how I plan a day. Essay strategy, I haven't referred to any book. All the thing which I've done for essay was writing an essay. So initially I wrote essay my essay was much distorted, not having a proper structure, not a proper continuation, not a proper language. One more thing which I have to say is that for essay, never go for too much jargons or a uh, very high vocabulary. They're not expecting high vocabulary from you. Simple language is something they are expecting from you. So essay should be very simple, presentable, and it should be of in a better handwriting also. Trust me, for essay you will get enough time to write two essays during the actual examination. So you can use a very beautiful language, very beautiful, I mean, handwriting for that. And also I have put the topics, the heading in boxes. Likewise, I made it more presentable and the language is also very simple. But I tried to improve my essay. Last year I had 122 marks, but once I improved my essay, my marks reduced to 115 marks. It is because I improved my vocabulary and tried to add these new terms, new words into that, so that have reflected to poor marks. I don't know if it was good marks or not, but I think this is something which is what happened to me. So I would say writing essays on a daily basis would help you a lot. And also choosing philosophical topics is very important because you need to understand what they are actually expecting us to do. Some of the proverbs I could only think about one particular dimension. So this time I took multiple dimensions, for which I done brainstorming initially before writing the essays, and brainstorming to get different dimensions from that particular topic, and then we'll write the essay only after brainstorming. About initial half an hour, half or more hours, I'll take for brainstorming and then start writing the essay. This is how I write for the essay. I never refer to any books, just that. For geography, I refer to four NCERT textbooks: physical geography, Indian geography, human geography, economic geography. I think these are the four NCERTs everyone used to suggest you. And GC Leong, also the textbook, yellow textbook. So, this textbook, I refer to the last few chapters on world climate, equatorial climate, tropical monsoon climate, all these climates. For that specific notes, I refer to GC Leong. Then comprehension solving, for CSAT altogether, practice is the key to solve it. For comprehension also, once you search in the Google, you will get a lot of questions for comprehension also. Previous year question paper from 2013 itself provides you a lot of questions to solve. So you can solve multiple questions. Since once you prepare the for comprehension, what I did was, first I'll read the passage, then I'll understand the theme, the basic thing that they are trying to say, what they are actually making us, what they're actually saying from this passage. I'll try to understand that. Then I'll answer the question. The key terms can also be understood. What is crux? What is corollary? What is assumption? So also practice have made me understand that assumption question, most of the assumption questions of mine will go wrong. So I started ignoring the assumption questions also. I never attended that, except if I'm 100% sure to answer, I'll attend that. So likewise, practice as well as solving multiple questions alongside reading the paragraph first, then answering the questions was my key to solve the comprehension. The test series which I took, I think I've already said. I don't have a Telegram channel. Uh, I have a lot of notes of my own, but I don't have a Telegram channel. But I have a Instagram account. Best geography book which I've told. This is it. Okay. About the NCRT books, see, many textbooks change a lot. Like the Lakshmikant, I think every year they used to release a new version. But I never brought any new textbooks. I kept on reading the textbooks which I bought in 2019 till date. Uh, about NCRTs also, I don't have much opinion to share. Yes, NCRTs have changed, but whatever, I've kept on reading these NCRTs, the old NCRTs. Yeah, feeling exhausted during the preparation is a very common thing. I can relate to too much to it because it's me 5 years I've been preparing, so it is really an exhaustive thing, stress thing. But at the end of day, once you see the result, you will understand how much it is worth it. For me, this is not Sowmya. 5 years back, I've changed a lot. My personality have changed a lot. I've been too humble now. a lot of things has changed about myself. So I think this is something which is the beauty of UPSC examination. Even though it is exhaustive, to some extent it will change your personality. It will makes you a bit more than what others are around you. If you're going out, others will not know why the monsoon is now coming. You will know it is because of this particular phenomena and all these things. So that is something which happens. Just think about the positive side. That is the only thing to solve this problem, mental health, maintain the mental health and all. For ethics, my strategy and sources is that for ethics, I've never referred to any textbooks. What I did was I took the GS4 syllabus, took each and every topics. As I've said, the syllabus is the key. For every papers, each of the uh, each of the topics have to be taken, and then I prepared the notes separately. Along with that, I kept adding the examples what I've prepared for the GS papers, and also from my own life examples I kept on adding to it. Then I wrote multiple answers. As I've said, daily answer writing practice is something which I've done uh, without anything. Like I did daily answer writing religiously. For GS paper 4 also, I did answers. So I wrote answers, but the day one answers and the final day answers was different. I started presenting the answers much more beautifully, and also reducing that is presenting the content with very limited time. So that is only possible through daily answer writing that you should do also. That was what my GS paper 4 strategy was. I've already given 5 attempts. This was my fifth attempt. One more attempt remaining. Uh, I was actually a full-time student of both the institutions which I've joined, but I haven't attended a single class. Sorry. Yeah, self-study can be done. It's not a impossible thing. For economy, there are multiple textbooks, but I refer to Ramesh Singh textbook. It is a bit hectic, but selective reading of those textbooks is what I did, along with the budget and economic survey. Then for economy, I've also referred to some of the YouTube videos and some of the lecture notes available. So this is what I did for economy. That's it. Then for PSIR, I did refer to the MEA, which is the Ministry of External Affairs site, in order to prepare the notes of the India's relation with other countries, and also I for PSIR, also I did read newspapers, current affairs compilations, all together clubbed up for better answers, and framework also, as I've said, vessel strategy again split up according to the requirements of the international relations. Then mugging up, it's exhaustive mugging up, yeah. But as I've said, some of the things have to be mugged up. So to reduce, for me also, it was very difficult to mug up, especially art and culture, Nitin Singhania. You might have read that textbook, so it is very difficult to memorize certain terms. So what I did was I prepared the notes all by myself. I made the note interesting through my own language. My language is Malayalam. So some of the Hindi terms or English terms I'll write in Malayalam. And also I kept drawing certain figures in between to memorize the things like Mayurban Chow. So how I will draw some of the figures to make it more interesting. So it will also help us to memorize the things without even mugging up the things. Yeah, it's very normal to be exhausted. Time management for working one. I would say about the time, many used to say like you have to study 12 hours, 16 hours, 24 hours. Say I don't, I'm not a person who support that personally. I would suggest, I actually followed an 8 hour strategy, but that is again not on a regular basis. Sometimes I wanted breaks, sometimes I'll complete my targets before the actual day where that have to be completed. So what I used to do is that even if I'm giving 2 hours per day, I'll religiously follow that 2 hours day only for studies, nothing else. I'll give that 2 hours completely for that studies. So whatever I'm studying for the 2 hours that day, I'll revise it that day itself. If it is 2 hours, 3 hours, or 4 hours, make sure that you are giving that time uh, properly, and you're studying only, and you're revising those things which you are giving for that also. And about the time management strategies for the working ones also, you should prepare your own time, means your own strategy, and also dedicate a particular hour of your work time or after work time for studies, and also limit your resources, never go behind too much resources. Yes, college background matters, as well as qualifications also matters. So you will be preparing DAF, which is detailed application form. So it will have all the details about you, about your name, your father's name, his profession, mother's name, her profession, your educational qualifications from 12th standard onwards, then your school name, your hobbies, your extracurriculars, everything will be added to your DAF. So they will ask the questions about that, about the college background. Since I am from botany biotech background, there was a question for me from botany background about the invasive species during my interview. So such kind of questions can be asked if you are coming from a very engineering background. They will be asking the questions in that way. So this is DAF, or your detailed application forms, which have the details about you, is a starter for them to start the interview and ask you the questions. This was my fifth attempt for mains topic wise coverage and how one page notes. Um, as I've said, I've already said all these things, but for you, I'll repeat the things which I've said. Syllabus, you have to prepare notes. I prepared notes, mostly one page notes for everything from the syllabus, topic by topic. If there is a topic on vulnerable sections, just identify the vulnerable sections, like who are the vulnerable sections in our society. I prepared notes, one page note for everyone. Likewise, from syllabus, I prepared notes completely. Then PYQ, I identified the repeated topics, themes, and prepared notes from that also. Then hot topics, as I've said, some of the hot topics will be also asked. If a question is there, if during my 2024 or 23, 2024, there was a question on, there was a policy given by the government against the cheating of examination. So that was a current affairs. So that was something which was a hot topic. So I already prepared the notes on that, and that was asked on the examination also. Similarly, cloudburst also one of the hot topics or important current affairs during that time. So I prepared note on cloudburst also, that again was asked in the questions. So some of the current affairs questions, current affairs hot topics are repeatedly coming one. In a compilation, one particular topic comes, and next also that comes. In such cases, you should identify that hot topic and should prepare the notes also. So that is how I prepare the notes. And my notes was of two kinds. One is handwritten notes, and second one is MS Word notes. That was mostly for the newspaper articles. Some of the sayings, like our Honorable Prime Minister will use some of the quotations, especially the recent one on Operation Sindhu. He have talked about a lot of things. So such quotes can be used to be for the value addition for your papers. Then about writing the answers, once you're done with the topics contents, and you can start with the PYQs, then you can start answering also to the questions, to the topics which you're already covered. So trust me, your first answer, your first series mark, your first mocks, everything will be so miserable. It will not be that much good. To be frank, it will be depressing to see how bad you are in that. But again, trust me, after a lot of answer writing, a lot of test series, your marks, your answers, everything will change. You can even keep your first answers with you only, so that you can make a comparison. So it will change a lot. So it is a process which helps you mold yourself according to the requirements of this examination. uh, During my leisure time or during my breaks, I mostly will not even read the newspaper. I will not do anything related to the examination. Mostly, I spend time for hobbies. My hobbies, one is watching movies. So I'll watch one. I'm not much used to watching TV, but I'll watch one or two movies. That is one day one movie, next day another movie. Like this, new movies I'll watch, or else I'll be using the time to do something. My hobbies like cooking, gardening, all these things is what I use. I'll talk to my parents. Sometimes I'll go to my sisters. This is something which I'll do during my break time. And I'm not a person who's too much allowed to go outside, visit some places. So mostly I spend time in my home only, and I'm comfortable with that also. So that you can, it's a time where you can develop a hobby. This is something which also important for your interview. So that is how you can spend time when you don't want to study. Coaching is that one thing I got the mentorship of one of my favorite mentor. He have helped me a lot with answer writing and also to boost my morale. At times I felt low. So coaching will help you to reduce the time of your preparation, and also it helps you bring you to better. Will provide you a better mentorship also. So this is what I did. What helped me? Coaching helped me in my preparation. Uh, it helped me in mentoring and also helping me improve my answers, marks, etc. My value addition source was mostly the current affairs compilations and newspaper articles. I've never referred to anything else, and also the answer keys. Answer keys was also something which I referred to. As I've said, there is a site free UPSCMaterials.com. It's free of cost. You'll get the answer keys of almost every institutions. Book list. There is a lot of books which I've referred to, even though it's limited. It's a bit long to share. Again, starting with history, ancient medieval Tamil Nadu NCERT, then art and culture referred to Nitin Singhania, and also introduction to Indian art NCERT. Modern history I referred to Spectrum, and it also have post independence related to that. For geography, the four NCERTs and GC Leon. Then for society, Vision IAS material available free of cost. Then for distribution of resources, I refer to PYQs and also six standard NCERT. For then Polity, Lakshmi Kant, and comparison of the countries, governance, rest of the things which are referred to Vision IAS materials, again free of cost. I would say I have already depended on many free of cost things. I have never bought anything. Then IR, I refer to newspapers because newspapers is one of the main important material for that. Then about world history also visionized materials are available. Then economics I refer to Ramesh Singh. Along with that I've also referred to 11th standard NCERT. Then economic survey and budget. For defense I prepare daily notes from current affairs compilations and newspapers. Ethics, again self prepared notes are there, and some of the materials are available from the classes. Then for environment, Shankar IAS material. Then for disaster management, internal security, there is a textbook called Challenges to Internal Security. That's more colorful, small textbook which I refer to. And along with that, NDMA guidelines can be used for disaster management. For 75 days, that's for mains. I think it's for mains you're asking. Uh, First, there is a short span of time between the results. Now, I think there is, I don't know when the results are expected. By this time you should complete those topics which is not overlapping with the prelims, like the world history, society part, some of the things, ethics optional. So all these things you have to study well. For world history there are many textbooks, NCRTs that many are suggesting, but I would suggest to read Vision IAS material because it is more it covers almost every topic, but no, not too much. So you can just go through the events which happened and the reasons which have happened. So all those things is something which you can go forward for. World history, even though the questions are very less from world history, it's very uncertain that whether UPSC would ask the question or not. I don't know. Previously, they weren't asking questions from world history except for a few years. But last year, there were questions from world history. So we can expect world history question, and also there are there are certain time at which they will not ask the questions from world history. I would suggest you to read the world history topics, especially some of the main events which happened, like the feudalism, industrial revolutions, World War One and Two, Cold War. So you can refer to some of the events which happened. Not every battles which was fought in between, just some of the main events, some of the reason which have led to this. What was the end result of it? What are the effects of these two across the world for India? All these things you can refer to. Just limit your time you're spending for world history to just 1 week, but never ignore that subject. So during the 75 days, you should focus on these subjects and you should complete your revision. Then once empties, you should join one mains test series if possible, because it gives you a perfect environment to understand what is how to it will help you to understand how to answer the questions, and also gives you an uh, atmosphere for that. So it will also helps you to attend the questions which you are not comfortable with also. Like I've said, for mains there will not be completely full, there won't be any questions that you know everything, like the 20 questions will not be something which you have already studied about. There are questions which you don't know maybe, so at least to add some points you should know how to attend those questions. And also to time management is something which you study from MTS, so you should join an MTS also. Refer newspapers daily, because current affairs, the questions will be asked based on the current affairs. At least one or two questions will be asked. Some of the topics like economics, polity, current affairs is very important. So you should refer to current affairs, for which newspaper and current affairs compilations is a must. I won't suggest current affairs compilation. For me, it worked out, but you should refer newspaper religiously, and you should write answers on a daily basis. Never hesitate to write the answer for any reason. So these are the things that you should focus on to this time. That is answer writing, revision, answer keys reference, newspaper reading. Then for world history also, I think PYQs helps. PYQs is very important, not just for world history. Almost everything, PYQs is very important. Never go after too much test series and market for mains. Mains at least give one test series. Giving multiple test series. During my fourth attempt, I gave two test series at the same time, but there so that for 1 week, if one institute is providing test for GS paper 1, the other will be for the GS paper 2 on the same week. So I was not able to complete both these, so it created a confusion on me. So I joined a single mains test series this time, and also inside step up mains test series. So mostly they conduct full length tests, never conduct syllabus wise tests. So that's why I joined that also, and it will be over within a day of five or few, like that. So join two test series, I would say. uh, what extra I would put to increase each year's markers. One is newspaper reading. It helped me a lot. And also current affairs compilation, especially inside IAS current affairs compilation. They give you best case studies, best practices, success stories, etc. So this helps you improve the value addition of your paper. And mains 365 is also something which I refer to, which helped me give a lot of committee recommendations. Some of the papers like economics paper, polity paper, all requires committee recommendations. Then articles, all these things are very important. So I prepared not separately for that. For each topics, if possible, I will add the committee recommendations also. In case of geography, I've added a lot of figures. In case of history also, I added a lot of figures. If a temple question is asked, I will draw an architecture figure. I'm not good at drawing, but still I will draw one. And wherever in geography, I draw a map of anything else. On daily answer writing is also something which I do. And this is not, I never hesitate to write answer also. Even though I don't know anything, I'll write the answer for that question and get it corrected. And if it is not up to the mark, the mentor will ask me to change that or maybe scolding me. But still, I'll be so happy that it's an opportunity for me to improve. So I'll take it in that spirit. So daily answer writing, value addition is all I did. I would suggest you to write answer writing not from today. First of all, complete your revision of the topics that you have already studied, because during the prelims you will just completely restrict yourself to reading some of the factual things. But from now on, you should study to approach the question more analytically. That is, each topics, the reasons, the causes, the solution to it, the issues that should be addressed. All these sort of things have to be addressed. So you should read all these things on that perspective. So first complete the revision of the entire thing, and then also join the MTS. So in between only you should start writing the answers. Never start writing answers. I won't suggest you to start writing answers without knowing at least a few things about the contents. At least know something about the contents and start writing the answers, because that will create a lot of underconfidence in you. So just revise everything that you know, and then start writing the answers. Maybe a few things that you have studied for prelims, just revise it and start writing that. But it shouldn't go beyond 1 week or 2 week or maybe 1 month. It should be limited to a particular time. You should plan accordingly to reduce your time within which you have to complete that. No, I won't suggest any magazine because I haven't read one. So I won't suggest magazines. For mains, good mentor, as I've said, I went for Fortune IAS Academy in Trivandrum. So there I have a good mentor. I'm not sure if they are available for you as well. My optional subject was Malayalam, and I had mentors from Malayalam. I'm not sure if you are a literature student. Just go after all the topics in the syllabus, prepare the notes, read all the literature books that were suggested, and prepare notes on your own. Start writing the answers. Make sure that your paper is simple and presentable. Never make your paper look so complicated for the evaluators to evaluate. It should be very simply presented, and it should be well presented also, because presentation also fetches marks. Then sources of economics, I've already said, Ramesh Singh textbook and economic survey budget is what I refer to. Then in YouTube, there are certain terms which is available. You just go for the key terms which is important for UPSC economics. So you'll get the terms also. So you'll get to know about it. I think that's it. Can we end the session? Or if there is any question? Yes, qualification background matters in interview, as I've said. I think I've addressed all your queries. If you have any, you can ask. I'm so sorry for the poor video quality, and if audio was good or not, I'm not sure. Anyways, I think with this limited time, I've addressed some of the questions you asked. All the best for the prelims results. I hope you all will clear the examination and go for the mains examination. About that book list, the coaching institutions provides a lot of book list. It should be according to your own comfort. For me, coaching institute textbooks was I didn't follow coaching institute textbook except for vision IAS materials for some of the main topic, like governance, then society, because I was comfortable with that textbook. Those institutes also provides the textbooks for the other topics also, but for other topics I found the basic standard textbooks are comfortable. So it is according to your comfort you should choose the textbook. Maybe once or twice reading you will get to know if you're understanding that or not, but make sure that you're referring a single textbook for a single topic. Never go behind too much textbooks. It will be very difficult for you to revise. And also UPSC never demands a very in-depth understanding about every topics. Okay, all the best. Uh, if you are clearing the prelims, you should start answer writing on a daily basis. Get it corrected from a mentor or at least a peer. If you have a peer group, get it corrected from your friends. Then read newspaper thoroughly, but never spend too much time reading the newspaper because you have a lot to read and write afterwards. So just read the newspaper thoroughly, and then if possible, go for the mains 365 provided by different institutes. It will give you a better picture about the 1 year current affairs. Around 1 year, I think they will give you, so you will get a better idea about what should be read and not. Uh, so you have already given 5 attempts and having cleared the prelims. In that case, say it is not the UPSC is not deliberately doing such things to uh, not let us to enter into the list. It is because some of the mistakes which we are making is what reflected in the results. In case of prelims, you should know what is something that making you fail every time. uh, Maybe it is your first paper, your understanding about the topics or the logic that you are not applying properly, or maybe the previous year question papers you often ignore, or maybe the CSAT paper that you're not giving much time to, or maybe you're not attending the CSAT paper within the 2 hours time period and first paper within the 2 hours time period. CSAT paper, one more thing is that it is after a wonderful meal that we will be attending the test. So we will be all exhausted, sleepy, and will be going to the exam hall to write the exam. So our brain will be completely on a rest mode. We will not understand, we will not be able to answer the question properly. So you should also get used to such kind of a situation at home itself. You should write the CSAT paper only afternoon, and get corrected within the 2 hours of time. You should write and complete the CSAT papers. About the mains also, you should write the answers in such a way that you are writing the answers during the daytime and also during the evening time. So normally the institutes will provide you a full length test during the end of the syllabus wise test. So you should give it during that proper time itself. If they are providing you a proper venue, then you should attend the test in that venue itself. For me, I was not I was not able to attend the test on venue, but I already attended the test uh, during my fourth attempt, so it was not of a big thing. So you should also attend the test from the venue itself, wherever the coaching institutions or anywhere they are prescribing. Open tests are also available. You should attend that. So that is also one thing. So, anyways, if you're giving 5 attempts and you're not clearing the prelims, which means that there are something that you are not properly doing, understand that you have 1 more year left with you. Maybe if you're a general category, you will have 1 more attempt left. Just use this 1 year as a blessing to understand what is the thing that you're making wrong. Just rectify it, move on. You will clear during the next attempt. I just mark my words. You will clear the exam once you rectify the problem. Is that okay for you? Okay, that's it. I think, can we wrap up the session? Anything else you want to ask? Okay, bye everyone. All the best. All the best to your UPSC journey. You can decide to have a plan B or not. It's up to you. But I want to tell you something that even though UPSC, there are multiple attempts that you're giving, maybe you're not clearing that examination. I'm sure if you are determined to clear the examination, you will clear the examination. Every failure should be a lessons for you to learn more, and also it is a lessons to understand the mistakes that you are making. Understand that once you understand that, even during the failures you will see some positive side, like some improvements even during the failures. So that is a positive sign to move forward. So all the best to you all, and thank you so much to all. Thank you.